All right, so I haven't done all that much drama coverage lately, but we're going back to it. There hasn't been much going on lately, not much to talk about, not much to cover, but something's happened. We got normie drama, of all things, to talk about. And we've talked about Pokimane before. We've talked about Pokimane. She seems to get herself into a lot of trouble, you know, especially politically speaking, considering she's one of the largest female figures on the platform of Twitch and YouTube. So naturally, she's going to draw a lot of derision, some deserved based on her actions, much of it, though, based on her being a woman. I mean, it is the internet. If you're a large woman who makes a lot of money and has a large platform on the internet, you're going to incur a large amount of harassment. Misogynists are going to flock to you to harass you, and that has been an issue for Pokimane for a long time. Larger woman, when I say large, I mean her online presence is large. Regardless, though, she does do things that are bad sometimes, and I actually don't know much about this drama. All I know is that it involves a personal hero of mine, as you can see to my right here, or my left in reality, but to you it's my right. I've got a little bit of a computer going on here. I've got a little bit of a computer. You know, I got that Corsair water cooling. I got that RGB lighting. I got that graphics card and that power supply and whatnot. And I actually learned how to build that computer and the computers I had before it because of Linus Tech Tips. So anyone here who is capable of building a computer and is in my general age demographic probably learned a lot about computers from Linus Tech Tips. So it was very strange to see these two figures having drama against each other. Now, I'm not very good at scanning Twitter live on stream to find all of the little its and bitty details about any particular drama that may be happening. I'm much better at seeing all of the facts in front of me and giving you a good take about it. So thankfully, good friend of the show, Bo Blacks, has done just that for us. For those of you guys who don't know, whether you like Bo Blacks or not, like in terms of his personal political opinions, I think his political opinions are pretty much fine. Regardless, though, his content is a very good, more or less unbiased sort of amalgamation of all of the details of any given drama happening that he covers. And it's mostly just him compiling tweets, clips, etc. So if you're looking to know what's going on with some drama, Bo Blacks is the person to go to. So we're going to be going to Bo Blacks. Hopefully he doesn't mind me watching his video. I doubt he would. He wouldn't dare have an issue with me watching one of his videos. The Pokimane versus Linus Tech Tips drama.
So a couple days ago, Bloomsburg posted an article talking about some rumored changes to revenue that Twitch is planning about behind the scenes to potentially release this summer, which basically boils down to creators getting more money from Twitch ads, but less money from Twitch subscriptions. A bunch of Twitch streamers objected to this idea on Twitter, one of which being Pokimane, who tweeted out, "In my opinion, Twitch should just implement ads that don't directly interfere with a stream. Sidebar, picture-in-picture, overlay, etc. I understand advertisers are essential to make a platform profitable, but intervening with the viewer's experience isn't how they should go about it." Linus Tech Tips then...
So, I did see that tweet from Pokimane originally. My take on it was, that sounds like a really good idea as far as the viewer is concerned. For those of you guys that watch on Twitch, Twitch is a very annoying little feature in that when you click on an ad, when you go to like a stream, here, let me demonstrate it for you guys. I'll demonstrate it. Let me show you guys why I literally never use Twitch. All right, here we go. Here is Twitch. Who do I feel like watching today on Twitch? Let's watch Mr. Moon's house. Oh, look.
Up, you know,
Stream, yay. Look, here's the stream. Isn't that nice? Oh, cool.
Yeah,
nice, we're watching the stream. That's pretty cool. Oh, there we go. It just switched to HD. That's pretty cool. Now, let's say, you know, I've gotten a little bit bored of Mr. Moon, you know? Maybe I didn't want to watch Mr. Moon. Maybe I wanted to watch XQC, because I clicked the wrong stream. Oh, an ad. What? Well, I don't want to watch an ad. Fine, I'll watch Hasanabe then. What? Another ad, and it started over again. What? God damn. All right, I'll go back to Mr. Moon then.
Birthday breakfast.
Now there's an ad.
Best
Again.
ever.
This one's longer now. This one's 30 seconds. Not only that, but because the content that you want to watch is live streamed, the content's still happening while this ad plays. You can't rewind a live stream on Twitch. You are essentially missing all of that content. Why I use ad block? Well, ad blocks when it comes to Twitch are a little bit hit or miss. Regardless, though, Twitch has this problem of Their ads are extremely intrusive. They make the viewing experience suck. People hate Twitch ads, makes watch time and viewer retention really bad, and the mid-rolls make it even worse. So what Pokimane is suggesting seems like a very simple solution to a very big, commonly, encountered problem. The issue is Twitch operates at a loss and has for a while now for Amazon, and they need to make more money to make it a profitable business. Right now, they're literally losing money running Twitch, which sounds, fuck Amazon, am I right? But like, you don't want Twitch to be operating at a loss. That means Amazon isn't going to put work into making it better because it's not, once they think it's not profitable enough to be worth saving. You don't want that to happen. You want to be fixed by Amazon. You want Amazon to fix Twitch. You want them to fix these issues. It seems like less intrusive ads are the best way to do it. The problem is the advertisers are paying for intrusive ads. Like, YouTube does ads very similarly. People don't really complain about it in the same way because we've been used to it, I feel like. I don't know. We'll see what Linus's arguments are, because I assume this is where they're going to be arguing.
Then responded to her by saying, those ads are barely profitable for a text-based site. They've been pretty much worthless since 2010. Unless you can pretty much guarantee the viewer can't ignore it, it does nothing for the advertiser. So why would they pay for it? Linus then elaborates on these thoughts 2 days later on his Way and Show podcast, which Pokimane then reacts to on her Twitch stream. Since it's pretty much played in full over there, I will just show you her perspective of watching what Linus said and her reaction to it.
I didn't. Can someone TLDR? Or actually, maybe I could find it.
I saw a really terrible take from a Twitch creator that was like, Twitch should just have ads that are totally non-intrusive. Like, to the viewer. Like, their ads should just, like, not be intrusive. And I was looking at it going,
Shit. Oh, he's doing the bitchy mean girl voice to impersonate. That's a little bit, like, I don't know, unwarranted. Come on, Linus. Listen, I'm not, like, the only time I've ever watched Pokimane stream for real was the 30 minutes I had to watch it for to get the Pokimane garage door rust skin, because I wanted to have e-girl doors all over my rust base. But, like, this seems a little bit unfair. I don't feel like Pokimane has established herself as a unlikable enough creator to warrant that level of derision. At least not in my opinion.
This feels like that whole thing. Remember when there was the big controversy on YouTube where they basically started enforcing like advertiser-friendly guidelines on videos, and it was affecting the rate at which you could get monetization. And you had this whole outrage from especially certain corners of YouTube that created very non-advertiser-friendly content. And my take at the time I felt like was very controversial and not received very well, where I basically said, well, yeah, did you expect was going to happen? At some point, there was going to be a reckoning where advertisers were not going to want you. You guys don't understand. You don't work with like national and international brands. They are
I hate to use this word, but he is being a little mansplaining right now here. But the thing is, he's correct. He is correct here. There is going to have to be some sort of other middle ground solution to the way that these intrusive ads are ruining the Twitch experience for a lot of people, and how Twitch can continue to make money and even increase their revenue by, upping the amount of ads, upping their income in regards to ads, etc.
Extremely conservative when it comes to, and obviously not all, there are exceptions, but they're extremely conservative when it comes to the associations between their brand and other things. And so I feel like this is another one of those situations where I'm going to come in and I'm going to say, well, yeah, what did you think was going to happen? Do you have any idea how much Twitch costs to run? And do you think that static banner?
Yeah, I mean, Linus clearly knows what he's talking about here. If I'm going to listen to anybody on an issue like this, like, I'm sorry, Linus knows more about this than Pokimane does. Now, that's not to discredit Pokimane's qualifications, all right? Pokimane's one of the largest women on the internet as far as her public image and her content, like her reach and everything. Massive celebrity as far as the internet goes. She clearly understands SEO. She understands how the internet works. She understands these models and these systems, and she is a professional. I have no doubt she knows what she's doing. I'm not discrediting her knowledge. She wouldn't be where she is now without it. However, Linus Tech Tips' specialty is in this field. I'm more likely to defer to his opinion on this particular issue, and what he's saying sounds right to me from what I already know about it, so I'm already inclined to agree more with Linus Tech Tips, though I will point out he did get a little sassy there with his impression. It came off a little bit rude, I suppose, but, don't want to nitpick too much.
Banner ads on a website are going to pay for it? I promise you, I give you my personal Linus Tech Tips guarantee that unintrusive ads
Xander Hall being sexist against Pokimane, assuming she knows less than Linus. About this particular issue, in which Linus is more or less his whole career is stationed upon, yeah, I'm going to assume Linus knows more about it. Pokimane's a Twitch streamer. She plays video games and streams on Twitch. Means she knows a lot about the internet, inherently, sure. She wouldn't be where she was if she wasn't, you know, pretty experienced and understanding of these things. However, the particular issue she's talking about is one that Linus Tech Tips would obviously understand better than her, just based on his entire career. It is not sexist to claim that, okay? If the roles were switched, I'd be saying the same.
Ads are not going to pay for a site like Twitch, no matter how many of them they plastered on the page.
Unintrusive ads don't pay for the forum.
Because no advertiser is going to pay for an unintrusive ad because they don't work, because they don't call your attention away. Obviously.
It's why a lot of pop-up ads have gotten more and more common. You know, you go to a website and the first thing you have to do is close the pop-up ad. It's because those sidebar ads aren't enough. They don't make enough. They're too easy to turn off with ad block or to just ignore, just straight up ignore. So those pop-up ads that you get as soon as you go to a page, in a lot of cases, those had to be implemented just to pay the basic fees to run the website you're visiting. It's unfortunate and it sucks. It really does. Ads don't pay much. Ads really don't pay much. You know, I'm getting like anywhere between 600 and 800,000 views a month on my channel, and that's like not that much money, you know? If a television show was running on TV and its runs were getting 800,000 views a month, that television show would be making a lot more than I am. Let me just say that. My best month so far has been about 4K. That has been my best month in YouTubing history as far as ad revenue goes. You know, that's a lot of money. You know, that's a good payment. 800,000 like views. Like you would think it'd be more, right? You would assume.
No offense, whoever does not understand how web advertising works, even though it's like how they actually make a living. Sorry, I think oh, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if it was a 50-50 red split. Everyone else is still doing 70-30, and they're completely screwed. As for having creators push more ads, yeah, I mean, that's...
Oh, he was really, like, catty there. No hate to anybody who doesn't understand how this works, even though it's how you make your living. Damn, he was being a little snappy there. Ooh, Jesus, Linus. I don't feel like... I don't know, maybe Linus already going into this doesn't really like Pokimane.
That's just normal. That just needs to happen because banner ads are not going to do it. Sorry, nameless creator. And probably more than one creator. I don't think that's a controversial take in that community because there are like tens of thousands of upvotes on this super big brain idea that ads should just not disrupt the user at all. Oh man.
Okay, I think it's really odd because clearly they're talking about me, and if you're going to talk about a tweet that I made, why do you need to say nameless creator? Like, just say my name. People are going to figure it out anyways. And secondly,
I saw a really terrible take.
That's a weird thing to that's a weird thing to go at. Okay, I do find it very all right. You'd be surprised, but responding to videos is actually a skill. Being able to know when to pause the video and what to respond to, what not to, what points are even worth talking about or whatever is actually in and of itself something you got to practice and get good at. I didn't even get decent at it until I got a lot of practice doing this. So it's really not like, I'm not trying to sound rude here, but it is funny to me when I watch like response style format videos from streamers who aren't really experienced doing this kind of stuff, and they like point out arguments that are like, I wouldn't have really gone after that personally. True, we just looked at Hassan lol. I think Hassan's somewhat better at response videos than this. I'm not shitting on Pokimane here. This isn't the type of content she usually makes, but I wouldn't have gone after that. It's very easy for him to just say, well, I didn't want to say your name, and then like, now you can say I sent my audience to harass you, right? Like, you don't want to, like, he can easily just use that out now. So I would never go after that point.
From a Twitch creator that was like, Twitch should just have ads that are totally non-intrusive. Like, to the viewer, like, their ads should just, like, not be intrusive. And I was like...
And why are you using that voice when quoting me? To be completely honest, it's just really hurtful to see because, I mean, Linus is someone that I really respect. I respect all the content he's made on YouTube. But also, even in regards to the points that they make, I understand that banner ads and other types of advertising that are less intrusive are perhaps not as effective. But that doesn't discount my initial point, which is that, at least in my opinion, really, really terrible ad systems will impact whether or not people want to use Twitch way more than the profit split that a user gets. Also, people love to talk about 50-50 sub revenue on Twitch, but oh my god, it's 70-30 on YouTube. YouTube makes the large majority.
Look at how much affirmation she gets from her chat. Can you imagine if I had a chat that agreed with me this much? My My ego would be the size of the goddamn Hindenburg. Jesus Christ.
their money off ads, not off of their subscription model. So obviously it's easier for them to be a little more lenient in that regards. I think it's just insane that people who are trying to like show they have a leg up business-wise in comparison to my silly Twitter whammon take,
Whammon.
like there are so many other facets that you guys are missing out on, especially the fact that, you know what, even if Twitch only did 50-50 models for subscriptions, live streaming on YouTube for any small creator is near impossible. You don't see thousands of people making a living at 100 to 1,000 viewers on YouTube like you do on Twitch. So
What?
no, I don't think it's gonna kill it. I do think
What? Wait, wait. All right. Pokimane, people are leaving Twitch and going to YouTube. It is like a thing that is happening, and it's because YouTube is adapting in very good ways to make their streaming and just their general platform and algorithm better. And that's why people are leaving and streaming on YouTube. I am a 100 to 1,000 viewer streamer who makes a living on YouTube. I'm in that demographic. Now, is it like a good living? I still have to pinch pennies pretty hard, you know? I gotta do my penny pinching to make sure I can afford the bills and whatnot. Sometimes I gotta wait a couple days before I can buy food, and I gotta be like, can't eat till tomorrow. Like, that's like a little gray zone you live in when you're like a smaller to mid-range streamer. But like, I don't like that point, that there's nobody doing... I'm literally included in like the mid-small streamer range full-time category that she just described as not existing, so I'll call that out.
that both of those changes in conjunction are not great. But at the end of the day, my point was not like my point was not that intrusive ads suck. I'm just saying like maybe that's not the way to go about it. So how about you just take my point for what it is, a decent one that is true on behalf of about every single user that watches live streams, and instead suggest an alternative that maybe isn't banner ads? I don't know. Anyways, not only you that has tweeted that, yes, but
Megasoy
they...
tipped $2. Oh, Linus cancelled for misogynism now.
Oh yeah, let me just explain.
Misogynism.
Yes, a lot of people did tweet that. However, I'm just taking context clues, which is one,
Just have ads that are totally non-intrusive, like to the viewer. Like their ads.
the
should
voice
just-
that he uses, and two, he said nameless creator. And I mean, you guys saw the tweet that I made. It was like 50K likes. I don't know if many other creators, like large scale creators, spoke.
Okay, don't harp on the nameless thing. That was just him refraining from naming you, so there can't be any accusations of sending people to brigade. That's a pretty standard like internet thing
About this
for
particular
content
issue.
creators.
But it just makes me sad because, like, I don't know, this is someone that I thought was really cool, and for them to speak about my opinion, which only comes from the perspective of...
This is ego. I mean, he is talking about her, but yeah. It does feel pretty egotistical that she immediately assumed that Linus was calling her a nobody, rather than just saying like nameless as in like, I'm not going to name this person. I can see that.
A viewer and someone who knows how annoyed other viewers are by the current ad system and who was simply suggesting an alternative. Instead, he kind of just like, yeah. Those ads are barely profitable for a text-based site. They've been pretty much worthless since 2010, unless you can pretty much guarantee the viewer can't ignore it. It does nothing for the advertiser, so why would they pay for it? I think this is a fine take. Why did they have to say it the way that they did? Nameless creator. It's just hurtful, to be honest. And yes, I'll go back to the trial, but I did want to talk about this on the off chance that he sees it and maybe understands that the way he talks about other creators' opinions can indeed be hurtful, especially when someone is just tweeting something.
I think she's being completely reasonable here. I think the nameless creator thing is nitpicking, but I think she's being pretty reasonable here.
Something as like is just tweeting something as harmless as, hey, maybe the current ad system is pissing people off more than it should if we want to make sure that this is a good viewer experience. But yeah, I would have very much preferred if maybe they gave an alternative instead of being like, this is the ad system that needs to occur. Which, like, okay, maybe it is. But at the end of the day, you still can't deny that it interferes with, at its core, the magic of live streaming. And even if you're going to disagree with my opinion, I just wish they weren't as rude or hurtful about it. Man, and I was just watching a Linus video the other day that he made about, I think, the Tesla Y model. And I was like, oh my God, this video is shot so well. and then I just see him talking about me like that. Damn.
Welcome to the club, Pokimane. Welcome to the club. I felt that. See a content creator, be like, oh, this person seems pretty cool. Oh, they hate me. They have me blocked on Twitter. Oh, that sucks.
I think it wasn't meant hurtful. I think it's really hard for me to hear someone mock my voice like that and then also refuse to say my name when very clearly talking about me and not be hurt.
You have the same style chair as Pokimane. It's just a gaming chair. My squeaky gaming chair.
Hurt by that. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. I'm just saying how I feel. Because, you know, I can't assume someone's intention. And if he came out and he was like, oh, I didn't think much of it and I didn't mean to be hurtful.
Xander Hall, criticizing women can lead to misogyny, so it's not the most optically good decision. Are you trolling? Hold on, wait. Was that you before that was... Okay. What do we think, chat? This person has said... Xander Hall being sexist against Pokimane, assuming she knows less than Linus. How could we ban personalized advertisements? Companies would decline in revenue a lot if they don't appeal to the likes of their consumers. If they market stuff people don't care about, they won't buy. Xander Hall, criticizing women can lead to misogyny, so it's not the most optically best decision. This person's trolling, right? Do we think this person's a troll? Here's the thing, though. There are lefties who genuinely believe this, though. That's the thing. I've had people who are either in my audience or just generally on the online left who either think or genuinely believe things like this. That, like, criticizing women inherently leads to misogyny or is inherently misogynistic. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. Well, enjoy the dusty old trail, Pierre Laveroux.
Then maybe. And maybe he didn't say my name because...
To be fair... You do have to be careful about the way you criticize women because, like, especially in this online sphere, there are a lot of people who will hate Pokimane, whether it be externally or more internally without them realizing it due to her being a successful woman. And that will inform their hatred of her, and they will seek out content that criticizes her or any other woman, really, that's like a prominent figure. And, you know, maybe the content creator, the person who's calling this particular female figure out or whatever, is doing it because they have good reasons to or whatever, but the audience, or at least some percentage of the audience, is there because they have some misogynistic motivations behind their hatred of this individual, and they start to accumulate people in their audience who are misogynist because of that video where they were criticizing the woman they hated. You know, there is always that concern. I understand that. That's a decent point. But saying criticizing women leads to misogyny is about as reductive of a point as you can possibly make. Like, that literally makes anyone who isn't already 100,000,000% like agree with you, like a lefty, immediately think that you're insane. The idea that criticizing a woman will make you like a misogynist. Jesus Christ.
He didn't want people attacking me for it? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's the old criticizing a trans person on Twitter makes you transphobic logic.
But the impression I'm getting is not a positive one, and it for sure doesn't feel well. Okay, wait, one last thing. Do you guys think it's weird if I just reply to Linus on Twitter? I think that's better than just saying stuff on stream or whatever.
She's being pretty, like polite about this, I would say.
Because at least then I'm being direct. And maybe he'll take my feedback to heart, and it'll be good. Right?
So right after her stream, she did end up making a Twitter response to Linus. In it, she says, "Hey, just saw a clip where you discussed my tweet on your podcast. Wanted to let you know that I felt the way you read my tweet in a mocking tone, plus referred to me as a nameless creator, albeit also replying to this tweet, was odd and hurtful. As your points read, I understand that less aggressive forms of advertising aren't as profitable, but that doesn't mean the current system is the best one. In my opinion, further interrupting the essence of what makes streaming special, aka live interaction, is more detrimental to Twitch than 50-50 split instead of 70-30. I also think it would have been more productive to suggest alternatives instead of just putting down my opinion. For example, a rewind button that allows you to view the portion of content you missed during an ad break, or promoting Twitch Turbo, making it cheaper, adding more perks to it, etc. Secondly, I saw you guys compare Twitch and YouTube subscription splits a lot, while lacking quite a bit of context. For example, ad rates and CPM on Twitch are far better than YouTube gaming, even if YouTube gives streamers a better split on subscriptions, which they can afford to because they are primarily a VOD platform. So in reality, the potential profit is smaller.
But the thing is, though, YouTube's not just trying to build their streaming side on just gaming. Twitch has a very, like, gaming-oriented platform, but live streaming anything and everything is getting more popular. Every type of content, every genre, live streaming is starting to take over because, content creators are realizing not only is it more efficient, not only does it take less work, it can also be more profitable. If I were making prepared videos and I were making the amount of money that and I was like getting the amount of views and whatnot that I get now, I would be making a fraction of the money. I would not be able to do this for a living. The only reason I'm able to afford to do YouTube for a living at the size I am is because I do live streams where I'm able to get donations from you guys, and then I'm able to clip those live stream segments into videos, which not only do I have an entire audience on YouTube that watches those videos as their own thing, but that also brings in new people to the stream. This form of content is just generally, especially if you're a smaller creator, far more, just a better path to take generally. And YouTube isn't just, improving their streaming side on the gaming side of things. They're trying to improve their streaming side of YouTube, period, across the board. And they're really trying to make it better. Like, they're going out of their way. They're actually making a pretty decent effort from what I can tell, and I'm excited to see the changes that are going to come in the next couple years over on YouTube. But yeah, I don't know if the specifically YouTube gaming thing comparison is good, because YouTube and their CPM may be better for other things than on Twitch.
If not, still better on Twitch, because it's easier for smaller streamers to make a living on Twitch than YouTube, which caters far more to established streamers. I've known of you and admired your channel/content for a long time, so I want—
That is true. It is easier for smaller creators to make a living on Twitch. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Twitch is better at retaining audience, Like, right now on YouTube, if you're not watching on my website, let me show you what you have. Like, if you click my stream and you're watching my stream on YouTube right now and you're not on my website, let me show you something. This is much less of a problem over on Twitch, but it's still an issue on YouTube. So let's go ahead and check it out. So if you click on my stream here, you can see here I am. You got me talking, hanging out right here. And then right here, you've got the live chat, right? Cool, live chat, cool, very nice. But then right here at the top, you've got like YouTube videos in your recommended. You scroll down and it's like you got a bunch of YouTube videos in your recommended. Tons of stuff constantly enticing you to click off and watch something else. Zan Voidception, yeah. Like, constantly stuff being recommended to you, like prepared content, thumbnails, other streams, etc., constantly shilled to you, asking you to watch something else. This is not the case on Twitch. Let's look at what happens when you go to a Twitch stream. Here, we'll go to XQC's stream, for example.
You could go there.
Look, there's literally nothing. You scroll down, the socials of the streamer. The side of the screen is all the chat. All that you see here on the side of the screen are the other streamers that you are following, and then some recommended streamers, and it says what they're doing. So if you're a streamer and you get a viewer, that viewer, for as long as they're on Twitch, way more likely to stick around. XQC has 72,000 people watching him live right now. He's probably had hundreds of thousands of people throughout the day on Twitch coming in and out of his stream, with a consistent concurrent of around 72K in the stream at any given time, 75K, somewhere between that and 60K. So the people who are watching XQC's stream, despite there's being a lot of people coming in and out, are very much retained for the most part. They're sticking around for a while. It's allowing like the concurrent viewer count to really get sticky and accumulate. On YouTube, though, maintaining a high concurrent viewer count is far more difficult. Let me show you guys something really interesting. Right now, we've got 348 concurrent viewers. 345 concurrent viewers. That's how many people are right now watching the stream. The stream has 1,900 views, though. 1,921 individual people have clicked on the stream and watched it for some period of time. The issue is the vast majority of those people left, most likely because some other video in the sidebar caught their eye and they clicked off of the stream, and now they're, instead of having somewhere closer to 1,000 viewers maybe like I might have on Twitch, I only got 342 viewers. So Twitch does have a much better setup for keeping your viewers there watching your content, not distracting them away to watch someone else's content. So yeah, because you're mad ugly. I am pretty ugly.
Wanted to express this directly
For now, I do be going to the gym though.
to you, instead of just holding on to the bad impression I got from the clip I saw. Wish you the best. Linus then responds in a long chain of continuous tweets. He says, "Thanks for the reply. I underestimated the internet's ability to put 2 and 2 together on this one. Maybe some of my frustration at how difficult it is to build a sustainable online streaming service came through." So here I think he's saying we have conversations on the regular, but he spelled it TRGULSR. That's a really weird misspelling. Maybe it's another word that I don't know of, or an alternative spelling to regular that some people use, but regardless, what I think he's saying is we have conversations on the regular with creators who take for granted the free nature of online video platforms, while also not appearing to understand how they come to be free. I didn't seek any drama, which is why I didn't name you, not because you were nameless. I don't find time to watch streams, but I have followed your career for years, as I consider you one of the truly business-minded online creators. Maybe I was
Ruthless businesswoman.
also kind of disappointed in the way it felt your take was aimed at stirring up anger towards Twitch about a situation I know from first-hand experience they probably have no power to fix. It's an engineering marvel that Twitch functions at all, and at a 50-50 split even.
I will say, Twitch's streaming infrastructure is phenomenal. Have you ever watched like a really high quality Twitch stream, like a Twitch stream that's taking advantage of Twitch's full streaming capabilities? The bitrate compared to YouTube is game changing. If YouTube really needs to improve their bitrate issues. I think a big part of it is just they have so much video to host. I don't know if they can. But Twitch, you can get your bitrate to look pretty beautiful on Twitch. Like when you watch a gaming live stream on Twitch, you can get it to look like there's very little to no pixelation or that weird artifacting you get when there's fast movement or snow or confetti or rain or whatever in a game. You can make the game look pretty beautiful on Twitch and have a pretty high quality stream. Better quality than most YouTube videos can get. So that there, as far as like Twitch's streaming quality, is an absolute engineering marvel, and I'm impressed by it constantly. Most like streamers that stream to YouTube and Twitch pull their Twitch VODs for their like recordings, because their Twitch VODs have like the recording of the event in such a high quality.
I'd be amazed if they could keep the lights on without consistent cash infusions from Amazon. At the end of the day, creators need to do what works best for them, which might involve milking whichever platform has the most VC funding juice driving it. But I also wish there could be an
No. Twitch does not have a good algorithm. Twitch has basically no algorithm and no discoverability. That's the downside of Twitch. The downside of Twitch giving you a lot of like viewer retention is the lack of discoverability. It means that people tend to develop a couple of streamers they really like and watch all the time, and then don't usually give new streamers a chance because there's not a lot of opportunity for them to discover new streamers because their algorithm is so bad. But it does mean that if you're a streamer on there and you garner an audience, they tend to stick around more. Xanderhall, no, I mean streaming and compression algorithms. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. I thought you meant like their algorithm for discoverability.
Attitude adjustment where we build towards a more sustainable ecosystem in the longer term. Platforms use the word partner a lot, but I think both sides could be better partners. As for the Valley Girl voice, it had nothing to do with you. You don't sound like that. If anything, it's an acknowledgement that when I'm not scripted, I tend to sound like that. It's not personal, but it was rude. I'm sorry about that. As a way of apologizing, if you were interested in exploring your newfound multi-platform freedom, we had spent considerable development resources on multi-streaming, and could help point you and your team in the right direction. It's not much, but I don't want any bad blood. I believe in transparency, so I'd prefer to leave the episode unedited, but I'll make sure my team doesn't clip it, and I'll remove the original reply to this. Should be a little tougher to track down. Followed if you want to talk further. Pokimane then responds,
Aww.
appreciate the kind reply, apology,
That
and
was
elaborating
weak.
on your points. I could see how my tweet could seem misinformed.
Why were people freaking out like Pokimane was the devil on Twitter over this? It seems like they worked it out just fine.
But I was just being short. I'm also someone who's typically more biased towards Twitch, so stirring up anger is far from my MO. We'll DM to continue convo. And that's about it for the public discussion between Linus and Pokimane. Doesn't seem like it evolved into a shit show like most of these dramas tend to do, but I thought the general topic of discussion, as well as Linus's and Pokimane's reactions to each other, were interesting enough to warrant the creation of this video. Anyways,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the thing that was really interesting to me, and I feel like the only reason this drama even got that much attention was honestly because there's so many dudes on Twitter and on YouTube that like really hate Pokimane and hate women. Like, listen, Pokimane's done plenty of stuff to criticize, but if you are under the delusion, if you believe that there is not a significant portion of people on the internet that hate Pokimane almost entirely because she's a successful woman, then you're delusional, okay? There is a fairly loud, if not small, but still loud enough to be worth considering, section of the internet that goes after figures like Pokimane, including her, because she's a successful woman. And it happens. And it pushes a lot of this drama and a lot of this kind of moral panic, I guess you could call it, into the limelight. A lot more than it would have otherwise if it had been any other content creator. You think this small little nothing spat would have gotten as much attention if it was like, I don't know, fucking Shroud in Pokimane's place, and it was a quick back and forth between Linus Tech Tips and Shroud? Probably not. I doubt it. Not much else to talk about on that issue. Oh god, I got something in my eye. Oh no. Anyway, if you enjoyed that segment, please consider leaving a like on the stream and the video. It helps out more than you even realize. It really does. YouTube values, community engagement with the content creators' content more than ever right now. So liking the stream, commenting, subscribing, ring the bell icon, all of that helps. You can follow my social media, all linked down below in the description. And of course, if you want to support me financially and help get me in that Shout of the Hedgehog onesie, you can donate, subscribe, or gift a sub over on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me on YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, or through Patreon. With all that said, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and have a good one.